Great show for you today, a great lineup in the kitchen. He's standing by, Chef James Doxon. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
It's Vibe Concepts in the house today. We're elevating nachos.
Yes, we are.
Absolutely. Look at these nachos. We're going to show you how to elevate your nachos at home. But first, let's do a TME news update. Going to head on over to the news desk. Fantastic. Here we are on a Wednesday, live from Studio Kitchen, Colorado, and here are your headlines for today. Colorado governor confirms he's not looking at a statewide shutdown. That's fantastic. Aurora minimum wage proposal defeated. John Hickenlooper voted into Colorado Senate seat. Restaurant industry call with the governor Polis team, that just ended minutes ago. CRA Industry Spotlight Awards and Winter Outdoor Grant Program. Let's welcome these gals to the show right now. And Sonia Riggs, President and CEO of the Colorado Restaurant Association. Welcome.
Hi, Greg. Thank you.
And Devany McNeill here with us as well.
Good afternoon, Greg.
All right, let's go over these, guys. Good to see you. Day after election, lots of stuff going on. You guys took the time out to see us here today. We couldn't thank you enough. Let's start it out. Governor confirms he's not looking at a statewide shutdown. Now, lots of rumblings about this the past week or so, and that's all that it was rumblings. But there's confirmation. No, it's not happening. Sonia?
Well, we actually did have a call with the governor's office yesterday, directly with the governor and several of his staff leaders, and they confirmed that they're really doing everything that they can do to avoid a shutdown. They realize the importance of businesses and what the economic impact would be if they had to. Obviously, they're trying to keep people safe, but instead of a full shutdown, they're looking at county by county mitigation plans. So we are seeing some counties actually have to revert back to a more stricter level. But we're hoping, and we believe, at least at this point, they really are doing everything they can to avoid a statewide shutdown.
Yeah, because that could become catastrophic with a statewide shutdown
to
businesses.
Would be.
Absolutely. But the numbers need to go in the right direction again, and that's what we're looking at.
Right now, at least as of yesterday, the numbers were about 10% positivity rate, and just a few weeks ago, we were at 5. Even a few weeks before that, we were at 2 to 3%. So they're going up dramatically.
That'll be a topic of conversation for weeks ahead, and I'll tell you what, we need to get it under control because you see it right there. The restaurant industry can't take another devastating hit with a shutdown like that.
It certainly cannot. I mean, restaurants told us at the 50% capacity that about half of them said in about 6 months they would really have to consider closing permanently. So now we're looking at Denver and Adams and a couple of other counties that are going back to 25%. It's even worse for restaurants.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that for sure. A lot of people may not know about this one. I want to know about the details. Aurora minimum wage proposal defeated. I never even knew that it was really. Did this come through the back door? What's the position?
Well,
with this?
here's what happened. So there was an initial minimum wage proposal that Councilwoman Coombs had presented. That actually got voted down. She took it off. In initial study groups, she took it off the plate and said publicly that she was going to hold off until 2021 to do further stakeholder meetings. Then we found out that kind of secretly, and she actually openly admitted it on her Facebook page, that she had actually been secretly trying to count votes and introduce a new plan without new business stakeholder process on the new plan. That did fail on Monday, and so now she's going to have to relook at it again in 2021. But in all honesty, we were extremely disappointed that right now in a pandemic is not the time to put more pressure on businesses and potentially eliminate more jobs, which we've already seen a significant number of jobs in this industry go away. So, just adding that is just not the right time during a 100-year pandemic, and especially without a stakeholder process. So we're hoping that any future potential increases will start with a very significant stakeholder process to let people weigh in.
Great job on keeping an eye on that for us.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. John Hickenlooper, it was not even close. John Hickenlooper voted into Colorado Senate, his Senate seat. We know John Hickenlooper's background is in the food and beverage industry. Will this be helpful to our industry, do you believe?
Well, I hope so. Senator Gardner was also a big help, really, with PPP and a lot of things we had been looking for, especially over the last 6 months, but even before that. I'm really hoping that now Senator Hickenlooper will be that same way. He worked with us quite a bit when he was in the governor's office, so and he has consented to meet with our members after the election. He just got too tied up with things prior to the election, but we're really hoping that this is an opportunity for us to be able to sit down with him and at least he's got that background on knowing what restaurants need. So,
and if nothing else, a great liaison to the governor to where maybe he can be on that advisory committee as well.
Yeah, I mean, any time we have a candidate that can bring real concerns of the restaurant industry, it's something that we're hoping to have some open conversations about.
Speaking about the governor, a moment ago, or at least a half an hour ago, it wrapped up.
It was actually, our conversation with him was yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yes.
Apologize.
Yeah, so that's where I was talking about. So not only did he talk about, he confirmed that they're not looking to do a statewide shutdown, he had also announced a program where he's looking at a number of proposals in this budget proposal that he announced just a few days ago. But one of those is to help restaurants by allowing them to continue to collect sales tax, the 2.9% state sales tax, but not remitting it to the government for 4 months. So that would be when you would be making your payments in December, January, February, and March. That's something that we need the state legislature to approve, but it is something that the governor's really trying to do to help restaurants. I think he said it's $105 million. Did I say $1 million? But it's quite it's money in the pockets of restaurants over the next few months, and every penny counts, as we all know.
Fantastic. Good to be connected with the governor on these things.
Absolutely. The other thing he also talked about, which I think you were going to ask me about as well, was the support of the outdoor dining program that we've been working on with them. We've been working very closely with the governor's office on this since the beginning. They've been extremely supportive because they're really trying to encourage restaurants to continue their outdoor dining programs through the cold weather months. And I know that that's, can be difficult for restaurants. It can be costly, obviously. They're putting their money where their mouth is, and they've been significantly helping us raise funds to give grants to restaurants to help pay for those outdoor dining spaces over the winter. So that grant program was launched on November 1st. We've also got, we did a design workshop, Design Charrette, recently a few weeks ago, and we've published the results. They're supposed to be inspirational ideas for restaurants to be able to consider over the winter months. And there's also a number of resources on the page, architects, engineers, landscape architects, other professionals that are willing to help
Heaters.
Heating company, tent companies
keep it warm.
that are willing to help restaurants try to get these concepts done quickly and at a realistic cost that they can afford. But like I said, the other part of it is that grant program that we've been working with the governor's office on. Excel Energy gave us $500,000 in seed money and agreed to match an additional $250,000 if we're able to raise a certain amount of money.
I think that's important to know. I mean, bring in some more money, right, Dev? And it'll be matched.
Well, yes, and the governor's office really helped us raise the money, too, so it's been a true partnership.
So there's really two portions to this for folks to be able to donate and have that matching ability, and then also to allocate these funds to restaurants as well.
Absolutely. In fact, we're also really grateful to say that a number of just members of the public have also contributed, and they can all go to cooutdoordining.org in order to find out how to apply for a grant or to contribute to the program and to look at the workshop results.
It's statewide.
It is.
And are there qualifications that you need to have?
There are, and they're all listed on the website.
On the website.
Yeah.
Website again?
cooutdoordining.org.
We'll put a link to that as well.
Thank you.
Speaking of links, and Dev, I want you to jump in on this too. I think more important than ever right now, rock stars in this industry need to be recognized, right? I mean, people are doing some really cool stuff. Dev, talk about this. Here it is, the CRA Industry Spotlight Awards. This year, it's all online, but there's some cool and unique things going on there. And then I have the list of the honorees. Let's just go over that quickly
very
as
exciting.
well. Talk about this Industry Spotlight Awards.
Well, the Industry Spotlight Awards recognizes those who have done great things in the industry, and it's really about the workers and the day-to-day people who are in there. I hate to say in the trenches, but it does feel like that right now.
That's what it is.
And so we look at all of these people that have done great things for the industry, and we award them. And in normal times, that's in person. And
it's a great gala.
Oh,
I mean, what an event that is.
It's a fun event.
It is
It's
really
celebratory.
cool.
Family comes out and celebrates with them. Their managers and restaurant owners get to celebrate their employees, and it's really exciting for them. It's very much our little Academy Awards for restaurants
I
kind of
love
thing.
it.
And the awards are beautiful
Yep.
too, by the way.
Yeah, and listen, I've been to a few of the award ceremonies. I've seen the folks that have been honored in the past. You have a great lineup of folks, and it will continue on the tradition this year. You can go online and get tickets to join in your easy chair. That's kind of
yes.
Absolutely.
That's kind of the
Yes.
way to go. We have a link that we're putting on the live stream now, but talk about ticket information if you would.
Sure. Tickets are $25, and people can go to corestaurant.org. And right on the home page, they can scroll down and see information about registering to attend. But like Devany said, it's on November 10th, starting at 4 o'clock, and it's going to be virtual this year. But we're very excited about the program.
If you're in love with the industry as much as we are, you need to tune into this because you're going to see no stone unturned. Bartender of the year, chef of the year, front of the house, legacy employee, manager of the year. The list goes on, but really looking forward to seeing all of our friends and family and colleagues take that bow for a day where I think that bow is greatly needed.
We are, and we are very happy to announce, and you may have already announced it, but that the Modern Eater is also getting our media award. So we're so grateful for
fantastic.
everything you all have done especially over the last 6 months. We've been a partner for a number of years, but the amount of work that you have done to educate folks on what's happening in this industry has been outstanding. So we're certainly appreciative.
We're honored to be recognized, and as everything else that's any good has a team behind it. And we have a great team here at the Modern Eater, and we're so thankful to be recognized for
You
that.
do have a great team, and thanks for the road trip.
Oh, the road. Hey, more to come with that. Okay, that covers it for our news today. Thank you guys for being here. Virtual high five.
Yes.
Thank you.
We love you guys.
Go eat at a restaurant.
CRA, just doing great work. Thank you very much. Sonia Riggs, Devany McNeill, the CRA. We will take a break and be right back. Hi, Deb. We will take a break, be right back. A great show for you. Later on in Booze in the News, none better. He's here with us today, and Jay Johnson from Bear Creek Distillery. We're going to do a couple of cocktails live for you. And then Little Rich Schneider is here as well. Little Rich is going to join us in our Healthy Wellness segment. You go, Little Rich, Healthy Wellness? Of course, it's Little Rich. He's got a lot to say. You're going to want to stay tuned for that. But up next, coming at you from in the kitchen, he is in the kitchen, and Chef James Doxon is here with us from Vibe Concepts. We'll take a break. You'll hear from our local sponsors. Please support these guys. These are the guys that are so local. They've gone through a great vetting system. We appreciate you tuning in today. We'll be back in a flash from Studio Kitchen, Colorado.
Hey. What's going on, everybody? This is Brother Luck from Lucky Dumpling, 4 by Brother Luck in Colorado Springs, and I am rocking with the Modern Eater. You're watching them, you're tasting them, you're knowing everything there is to know about Colorado.
Hi, Charlie from Brews Beers here. Our new Belgian Abbey 4-pack is a mixed package of the 4 core beers made in Abbey and Trappist breweries in Belgium. So we have a single, a double, a triple, and a quadruple in one package. Now, quadruples are the emperors of Belgian monastery ales. They're dark in color, with a dense tan head and alcohol ranging from 8 to 12%, so they're pretty strong. Quadruples are very rich and complex with big maltiness, spice, and flavors of raisins, cherries, and plums. Alcohol is apparent in the mouthfeel, but not overwhelming, even at 10.5% ABV. So the finish is long, complex, and dry, and they're great beers anytime, by themselves or with hearty foods. Pick up your Abbey 4-pack at either Brews location, 67th and Pecos, or at Colfax in York, and at fine liquor stores throughout the Denver metro area. Take home some Belgian-style badassery.
Hey guys, it's Brian Rizzuto with Encore Energy, the guy who saves your businesses money on natural gas. I know these are crazy, crazy times right now, so while your business is working on increasing your sales, let me work on saving you guys money on your natural gas. I make it as easy as possible. Just provide 12 months worth of natural gas bills to me. I'll do the rest. I know you're really busy, so let me get to work for you. You can reach me at 720-245-5771. I look forward to hearing from you guys, and let me try to save you some money in these crazy times. Bye.
You're watching The Modern Eater, and now back to the show.
Okay, welcome back, and thank you, live from Studio Kitchen, Colorado. Here it is, the In the Kitchen segment, brought to you by Elevation Food Service Reps. And we love to have delicious things in the kitchen, and you got to get ready for it because Friday is National Nachos Day. We need elevated nachos. I had to call my friend because these are great, award-winning nachos. Let's elevate some nachos with Chef James Doxon. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you so much.
Vibe Concepts is who you're with. I mean, if you go down the list, T Street in Lakewood, Roadhouse Boulder Depot, Great Divide Brewery and Roadhouse, Reaver's Bar and Grill, and Spanky's. You can get these at all locations, but number one thing you want to do is make these nachos at home.
Absolutely. So what we got today, I got a little preview of kind of what we're doing. This is what we serve at the restaurants, and you can get these nachos at all of our restaurants. We have some fantastic nachos today. These are going to be with queso Oaxaca, which is a Mexican string cheese, with chipotle salsa and hickory smoked blackened chicken on there. So you should get a little smokiness.
Those will bring me to my knees right there.
So what?
The chips, though. Little Rich is actually behind the counter.
Absolutely. We got Little Rich over here.
Rockalita.
It all starts with a good tortilla base, and we use the best in Colorado. This is Rockalita's tortillas. We got that over here, right behind us over here. Little Rich is the man. He makes the tortilla of Colorado.
These chips hold up.
These chips hold up. They're fantastic flavor. No, wishy-washy ingredients in them. We got everything perfect, beautiful. So what I'm doing today, Little Rich, how long ago was it? Maybe a year ago, and he made these Pueblo green chili tortilla chips. He just gave me these, and I wanted to play around with them so we could maybe figure out a future menu idea. So all I'm doing is I got our house-made queso sauce, which actually has a little cream cheese. That's our secret in there. And then this house-made barbacoa with another local ingredient that we serve at all of our restaurants is Aspen Ridge beef. So I'm gonna throw these in the oven real quick.
I'm not mad at you at all.
Yes. I'm gonna throw these in the oven real quick. Just get them toasty, get them warm. And we can talk about the rest of these ingredients here that we have.
Go right ahead.
We got all of these heirloom tomatoes. So just like I said, we got that chipotle salsa over on
I can't keep away from these. Sorry, Chef.
Yeah, you go for it. Just like we have that chipotle salsa on the regular nacho chip over there. Those are made with these heirloom tomatoes. Beautiful tomatoes, roasted in the oven with onion and
not a good look.
And garlic, and we char them all nice, and then add a little dry chilies, fresh cilantro, fresh lime, and just really good fresh ingredients. And that's the winner chicken dinner right there. Chicken nacho dinner.
Wow.
I'm gonna
Chicken
take these
beef.
out.
A lot of people say, okay, I'm very particular about my nachos because I want something on every chip.
Right.
How do you allocate?
So I did a little bit bigger format than we do at the restaurant. We don't serve this giant platter, but we do serve them in a smaller kind of sheet tray style format. We're going to see if I can put this down without sliding it all off onto the floor. Success.
Yes.
Hey, ho.
Don't say that.
Yeah, right. So we do a little bit smaller format in the restaurant, not this giant platter, but we do spread the chips out so you get beautiful flavor on each chip. You hate it when those nachos come in this big tower and there's nothing in the middle. You just have a pile of chips left. Yeah. Nobody wants that.
Look at this little nacho bar that you have set up. You can do this at home. This is a great idea to do at home.
Absolutely, Greg. This is perfect. And it's all about preparation for your nachos. If you want to have a bunch of people over and have a nacho game, you want to get a bunch of ingredients ready and just prepped, and then you can have fun with your guests. You can put whatever toppings on it you want. You give them the topping bar, and they can just go to town. So I think on these we're going to do a little bit of shaved red onion, finely shaved on here. And we're going to do a little bit of fire-roasted sweet corn. Because everybody loves a little sweet corn, especially around that Olathe sweet corn time in Colorado, right? And a little fresh shaved radish. Throw some of these around. And look at these beautiful colors, too.
Now, these are elevated.
These are elevated.
I'd love to say that my nachos at home look anything like this, and I think it's just lack of creativity on my part. But this is a great idea to kind of use this as a 1, 2, 3 step.
Absolutely. I think and I think you're going to put something online for us or in the show notes.
We are.
Afterwards. I think a good base model for any nacho is you think about your crispy chip. It could be potato chips, tortilla chips, wonton chips we were talking about earlier for an Asian twist. And then you get some creamy, cheesy, maybe it's an aioli or a cheese sauce or a melty cheese. And then you get your protein. What is it? Beef, chicken, pork, seafood, shrimp. People love that. And then your fresh ingredients, your fresh, all just fresh diced vegetables, beautiful. And even if you want to get a twist on there, you could do some roasted veggies or fruit even. I was talking about the like a tuna nacho earlier with some roasted pineapple on there. Just, throw it out there, just whatever
See what
find it in your fridge. Yeah.
Great ingredients to begin with, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what you want us to start with. So whatever you can dream up, just make it fresh, great ingredients, and then try and, oh, my good. Can I put a little bit of lemon on?
Put a little bit of lime on there. Squeeze some lime on there. We'll taste it up. Oh, it's beautiful.
Look at that.
So Nacho Rojo and a little Nacho Verde right there.
Let's have a chip and
Beautiful.
cheers.
Let's get some chip in here. Oh, God.
We need something like that to happen.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting.
Okay.
All right.
Chef?
Oh, I'm going to get a big bite. Oh, yeah. Get all of it. Cheers.
National Nacho Day coming up Friday. Make sure you impress your friends and family. That's a great one. Other things, you do seasonal menus at your locations.
We do. We love to do seasonal menus. We change them up.
Nachos delicious, Rich.
We do change it up. We try and use fresh ingredients. We're going into fall and winter, so we are changing some of our menu items, about 50% when we do a menu change to some, we're getting butternut squash on the menu, maple balsamic glaze kind of things, all of those kind of heavy winter flavors that people love. House-made tortellini, things like that. So we really, really appreciate people coming out, enjoying our local hospitality group. We're Colorado-based. We want to be part of the community, and we want to really showcase Colorado ingredients, just like Rich Raquelitas tortillas.
That's what we love to hear. Support Colorado. Support these great chefs and the local restaurants more than ever now. Okay, people might be saying, how do these travel? Are you sending these out like this, or will you not send these out on the road?
We do send them out on the road, and we put them in pizza boxes in general because, again, we like to lay them out. We don't want to stack them all and pile them all up into a thing. So we put them in
a pizza box.
We put them into a pizza box and we lay them out. So every chip has their own ingredients.
Yeah.
And all you need to do when you get home, Greg, is slide that out onto a sheet tray or a jelly pan.
Say you did it.
Throw it in the oven and impress the hell out of everyone.
That's so fantastic, and I'll tell you what, none better than game day than nachos. So
absolutely,
get it together. We're going to put this online and give you some ideas to elevate your nachos. But I got to thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you so much, and Jay. Thank you so much behind the scenes over there.
Yep, Jay Parker, Chef James Doxon, and it's Vibe Concepts. Look them up and go see one of the restaurants. You can get these nachos there too. Okay, we're going to take a break, and behind the camera right there is little Rich Schneider. He's going to join us for our health and wellness segment. Healthy wellness is very important right now because we need to take care of ourselves. We'll talk about how we can do that. And then coming up, it's Jay Johnson and Megan. They're going to show us how to make some delicious holiday cocktails. Have you ever heard of a pumpkin spice old-fashioned? I think it's pumpkin spice. I don't know. Pumpkin what? Gingerbread Old-Fashioned. That's coming at you at Booze in the News, all the booze news you can use. Stick around. Here's a message, some messages from our sponsors. We'll be back in a flash from Studio Kitchen, Colorado. I love the laugh.
You ready? Like right now?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. It's Kyle Mendenhall. I'm talking with my good friends from the Modern Eaters Show. Keep supporting them. There's a lot of good stuff happening.
We started Meridian Spirits because we love the way that spirits and cocktails can bring people together to socialize, to bond, to have conversations. Well, right now we've got some big conversations to have. Coop Vodka and Coop Gin are available at liquor stores across the metro area, but if you can't find us or would like to have us behind your bar or at your restaurant, send us an email, info@meridianspirits.com. We know things are a little different these days, but think of us the next time you're planning a virtual happy hour or a socially distant picnic. And keep an eye on our social media, Coop by Meridian, for all the latest and greatest.
Hey guys, it's Caroline Glover. I'm the chef owner of Annette out at Stanley Marketplace. Citrus is about to be in its prime. I just want to thank everybody for showing so much support to small local restaurants in this really hard time. And you're watching the Modern Eater Show. I'm fine with that.
Myself through here. Now I am.
Okay, thanks. Welcome back. Healthy Wellness right now. But before we do Healthy Wellness with little Rich Schneider, I got to tell you about Jeff Rourke and A+ Beverage Solutions. Jeff Rourke, he's the man. What does he do? He puts in the tap lines of your dreams. He's doing installations of faucets. What do faucets do for you? They pour delicious craft beer. The beer you want to taste like the brewer intended it to taste. So, what do you need to do? Do you need maintenance? Do you need a new install? Do you need to add a line? Water, coffee, nitro, kombucha, you can get it all. But what you need to do is you need to call Jeff Rourke, because if you're pouring inefficient beer, what are you doing, boys?
You're pouring your money down the drain.
Please don't pour your money down the drain. It's just a phone call away. Call Jeff Rourke, 720-272-3809. I went too quick. I know.
What is it again?
It's 720-272-3809. Get a hold of him. His name's Jeff Rourke in A+ Beverage Solutions. Welcome back to the show. My friend and colleague, Little Rich Schneider, is here with us today.
I'm here. Can you see me over the table? First off.
You look great,
Just want to
Rich.
make sure.
Good it's been a while since you've been on the show, and I wanted to catch up with you. We've gone to a little different format. Saturdays was our show. It was a very interesting thing because community is really what Studio Kitchen brought together. And within this kitchen, there was a lot of touching and hugging and networking. All of that has seemingly really gone away into more of a virtual sense. Mm-hmm. People are struggling with that right now, Rich. And you and I have great conversations. You keep me grounded, but not everybody can have a little Rich in their day. Let's talk about healthy wellness, because I'm a firm believer that this is going to be a topic that needs to be addressed within the food and beverage industry, and immediately. This is an industry that's susceptible to drugs and alcohol, that's susceptible to working long, lonely hours, and susceptible to just being off. You're just off, right? Let's talk about that.
Well, you know, you're hitting it all right on the head. First off, it is. We're people, we congregate. We're used to being around people. I think it's safe to say almost everyone in this industry, we're at our best when we're taking care of people. And in fact, we'll take care of people to the extent that we ignore and don't take care of ourselves. And so now we've been thrown in this pandemic where, number one, isolation is set in, where it's like, gosh, you know, all these people that I used to see every day for hours, I'm not even in touch with anymore. So you start to feel like maybe you have less friends, more isolation. And we're seeing, you know, I'm on a lot of different Facebook boards, chef and industry related, as are you.
Facebook groups that you go in, you look at, and you
Absolutely.
get the tone of what's happening, and just a way for the community to connect and just share.
Yeah. But I tell you, it is breaking my heart right now when I am seeing there's no other way to sugarcoat it, nor should it be. The rate of suicides that we're seeing in our industry is skyrocketing, and it breaks my heart. And that's why recently I was kind of volunteered to get really involved in an organization, and I hesitated big time. But when I saw the bigger picture and that, I was like, no, now is the time to get involved. Now is the time to make a difference. And we have to save the best of our industry because it's needed right now. Probably never more than in the last 100 years. And so now is the perfect time to take the reins of that program and make it effective and let people know that they have a choice. They have a place they can reach out to.
Now, a lot of people may be scratching their heads, say, Little Rich, you said something big, but you really didn't elaborate. Do you mind if I, first of all, congratulations. So Colorado Restaurant Association and Restaurant Foundation, to make sure that it's clear that there is a delineation that the Colorado Restaurant Foundation, that organization has, with Little Rich Schneider, you're in what role?
Well, vice chairman.
Yes.
Vice chairman
Wow,
for the next year.
Rich.
Thank you, and big shoes to fill. You know,
a lot of things to cover, but a couple of the line items or agenda items for this year, wellness is a big portion of that.
Well, absolutely it is. And, you know, we've been working on this for a couple years with the Angel Relief Fund. I remember at the suicide of Anthony Bourdain.
Boy, that
going
just
down there.
really, really hit home with you.
Yeah. That was a Friday. It was June the 8th. And I remember going down to the offices that morning and talking to Sonia and Mary and anyone that would listen to me. Is like, we have to stop this. If he can get in a point, I mean, he probably had the best job in the whole industry, in the world, in the whole industry. And if he can get to a place like that, it can happen to any of us. And, you know, I have to also say, you know, I want to make sure it doesn't happen to me or anyone I know as a friend. I've got lifelong friends. I've been in this 40 years. These are people I spent my life with. So am I a little passionate about trying to save their lives? You bet I am. And so that's what's going to be fun is we've got the mechanism in place to truly make a difference. And we're going to save some lives. And we've got the bold people on the Colorado Restaurant Foundation. This is definitely a team, and it's a big team. And we are tasked with making a difference. And this health and wellness we're putting in with the other segments of the Colorado Restaurant Foundation. Workforce, education, ProStart, Safe Serve. I mean, it goes on and on. They've got a tremendous body of work, and they've done compelling. They've done the work. They've made a difference. And this is the health and wellness is the newest piece to really put in there and make it shine.
Lot to unpack there, and I think that, you know, one of the questions I always think about, you know, what are our viewers thinking, or what would they ask you? And I can only guess, but a couple of things that come to my mind is, Little Rich, we've been hearing this for the longest time. We need to address this. This needs to be out front. We've talked about this until we can't talk anymore. What are the practical things that can be applied that would actually help that person out that's feeling that darkness and despair, that may not be able to get out of the rut that they're in, and beyond that, not want to, because of a pride thing, reach out to folks and say, listen, I'm in a spot right now. How are some practical things going to be able to be put into place? And what are the things in your mind that you believe need to be the first couple of things that are addressed?
Well, that's a huge question with a lot of huge answers. And I think you have to look at the environment first off, and I hope I'm answering this in the right way. I get kind of a little choppy with my choppy brain, but, you know, number one, we come from an industry of a warrior mentality. Is suck it up, Buttercup. Just get it done. I'm an animal. I'm a beast. I've done this. I've been working for 3 weeks straight. You know, 12-hour day. Hell, that's part-time. That's nothing. And so we wear this badge of honor that we're warriors.
Yeah.
And so when we do hurt, and all of us do at one point or another, where we hurt for, it can be physical reasons, they can be reasons of addiction, they can be emotional, somebody breaks up, they can be financial right now. There are all these different things to add on that, and I think, you know, the warrior feels helpless. I can control everything in my kitchen, but I can't control this one segment in my life. And I can't even figure out, number one, do I want to fix this or can I? And I think it's that moment of where you have to take off that warrior coat, be a little vulnerable. There are people, we're going to make dang sure that there are numbers, that there are websites that people know of to get that help in that moment.
And with great people around you, because that's one of the things that I've really seen you do throughout the years is be able to mobilize great people that have been in those positions, and I think that that's something that you'll take a look at as well. how to find those people with
Absolutely.
the great resources. Being vulnerable in the kitchen, it doesn't have to show as a sign of weakness, but I think just letting down that guard and saying, you know what, we are human beings here. Because think about it. The job that you had in a kitchen a year ago, you're probably doing 3 more jobs now, if not 5 or all of them.
Absolutely.
That's a tough pill to swallow
Absolutely.
when you're in a business to where there was an overload of people, right? And then it goes to really narrows down, and then it's just there's nobody left in the kitchen, and a lot of people want to actually get back into it. So creating that healthy workplace environment, which I think will be paramount to the success of these types of things. Also, when you look at the healthy wellness, you see other great folks within this industry do initiatives to really recognize their staff and their employees, to go out of their way to create that. And some of those, the advocacy of those things, I think really need to take place. And I think that should be on the awareness as well.
Absolutely. I also think, as I talk about the warrior, as I talk about putting on different robes, we have that warrior mentality. And I think, to be able to take that off, and tell our peers, you know what, I'm in a dark place, I'm in a vulnerable place, and I need some help. Truly, we have to frame that, we have to package it, that actually, that's the ultimate form of confidence. That the people around you love you enough that they're going to help you. They're not going to tear you down. Well, we have to make sure that that's out there.
And I think it needs to start with some of the folks at the top showing their most vulnerable side, showing that it's okay. And just a quick side story, I thought this was really actually pretty interesting. Just yesterday, Aaron Boyle from Chow Culinary Outreach
great job.
Got a hold of me and said, would you like to be a keynote speaker? And we would like to talk about just hard times that you may have had in your life and how you overcome those or mitigate those hard times. I said, listen, that's an everyday thing for me, Aaron. And I'm not so sure that you want somebody like me who's in a constant battle within my mind and turmoil of the things that I want and to get right and the things that I do to get through my day. But you know what? I think I'll share them with you. And by doing that, I mean, it might be a little cathartic to me to be able to release some of that stuff. And of course, there may be a little bit of embarrassment type of thing to that. I mean, I don't know. But I think at the end of the day, being able to see that people are people and that the vulnerability is there may spur something else to somebody else to be vulnerable and share their story as well. And if we can get more stories shared. So, Aaron, I guess this is me telling you right now that I'm accepting your request to speak. And I'm terrified about it. But I think it's about addressing, getting over those fears and taking that step at a time. If you let that build up or go too deep, you're just digging yourself a hole that you may never be able to get out of. And that's what we really need to do is start addressing how to fill that hole. And that void within becomes with that. I was talking about it the other day, Little Rich. It was interesting. As I listened to the probably TMI, to the radio while I shower, right? And that's where I do my best thinking is in the shower. A Geico commercial comes on, and it's Dracula sitting down with his therapist. And he says to his therapist, I don't know myself anymore. I sound like I don't even know what I'm trying to sound like Dracula. And he says, I look into the mirror and I can't even see myself anymore. and the therapist says, well, if how can anybody else see you clearly if you can't even see yourself clearly? Something to that extent. And I think just trying to see yourself a little more clear and come to terms with that and to peace with that. And that's why we're introducing this healthy wellness segment to the Modern Eater Show, because I really believe a lot of healing needs to take place within all of us and as a community. And if we can address that as a whole within the community, then maybe we can work ourselves inward and make some progress together, because it's going to take us all.
Absolutely. Well, here's the other thing as we talk about health and wellness. Health can be, the definition of that can apply to so many different segments of our life. Health can be physical health, emotional health,
absolutely,
financial health.
Yes, it can.
It goes on and on. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun, this segment, on all the different things we can touch on where people are like, wow, I didn't even see that one coming, but yet how critical that is.
Again, congratulations, Colorado Restaurant Foundation, new vice chairman.
God help us, yes.
I think it's fantastic. And really, Rich, just as well as I do, sometimes you're called within your life at a certain time when you don't know why, but it just feels right.
Yeah, I'm a person of pretty strong faith.
Yeah.
And that's what I look at as like, I wasn't looking for this. This wasn't something I was like, oh, I want to be that so I can be looked at in this way or anything like that. It was far from that. And I did turn it down. Like, can you find someone else? And then after finding the work that had been started and looking at everything, I was like, yeah, here is the time. I was down there pounding my fists on the desk in the boardroom almost 3 years ago, 2 years ago. Now's my chance to do something about it. Enough talk. It's time for action. And so I'm excited about making some action on this.
Well, I'm a little jealous because I don't want everybody to have a piece of Little Rich. You're our spirit guide right here at the Modern Eater. And Jay and I appreciate you more than you could ever believe. If people want to reach out to you on a personal level, I know that you always accept that. They may have some suggestions for you or just want to reach out to talk. Is there an email that you'd like to share to folks?
You know what? I'm going to give my cell.
You're going to
give
your
the email.
cell
I'm going to give my cell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
And it's not a burner phone. It's my cell. It's 303-888-2987. I had to make it easy so I would remember it.
888-2987.
Hey, Jay here, you guys. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
I just want to throw in real quick while you're going over Little Rich's stuff that whether he believes it or not, and I know he doesn't like to be promoted too much, but it's like just the fact that I know I can call Little Rich is like I can't even tell you what a warm blanket that is on a cold day. And I'm not saying this to be cheap, 100%. And I struggle with a lot of stress, right? For a lot of reasons that some people may go, well, that's not real stress, which I acknowledge. But I just wanted to say that I truly feel better as a human being knowing that I can call Little Rich.
Well, thank you, Jay. That means
almost made me tear
up.
Yeah,
I mean,
I hate him. I hate him, technically.
I hate him, but I love him.
Yeah.
That's right. Little Rich, none better, man. Thank you so much, and look forward to seeing your work with the Colorado Restaurant Foundation.
Make it happen.
Healthy wellness, that's done, but Booze in the News is up next. I'm looking forward to this, and Megan Heenan is here with us today with Jay Johnson from Bear Creek Distillery. We're going to get a couple cocktails together because you have to have nachos, beer, and cocktails, right? And game day is coming up, but Friday is National Nachos Day, and we also want you to enjoy some delicious libations. Bear Creek Distillery, a great Colorado brand. We're going to talk about some new things that they have coming up and make a couple of cocktails for you while we do it. We'll break away, talk about our sponsors when we come back. I think Jay's going to do an Aspen Baking Live
finally
when we get back.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Little Rich, thank you, and support our local sponsors. We'll
That's
take a break, come back to Studio Kitchen, Colorado with Bear Creek Distillery.
Hi, I'm Amber with Strohauer Farms, and I'm just here to remind you that the best potatoes are grown here in Colorado. Goodness elevated. Thanks for watching the Modern Eater Show.
Hey, Zach Ryder here, Colorado Mills Sunflower Products out of Lamar, Colorado. Your only local source, grown from a local crop to produce a local oil for local chefs. You can find it at Shamrock Foods, What Chefs Want, Seattle Fish Company. Let me try it one more time, then we'll see. Hey, restaurants, we're glad you're reopening. From Colorado Mills Sunflower Oil, we'll see you soon.
First, we partner with the best farmers in the world, and then we tell them, we will take it all. Process whole spices daily, blend custom spices to order, keep it fresh, safe, and flavorful, all so that you can get back to doing what you do best. So whether you're a restaurant, a food manufacturer, or an at-home cook, be sure to visit The Spice Guy at www.thespiceguyco.com.
Hey Modern Eater fans, I'm Don Trobo with the Annex by Ardent Mills, and I just wanted to give you a heads up about some of the great things we've got going on locally in the state. We're headquartered right here, and we're working with farmers in the San Luis Valley to bring you amazing Colorado quinoa. It's just like the South American stuff, but grown locally. We've got transitional wheat flour that's grown by farmers in Colorado and surrounding states who are in the process of turning their fields into organic. So we're taking that transitional wheat and turning it into flour, and now it's available for you to cook and bake with. And last but not least, we're now cleaning grain berries in Denver. So things like spelt or wheat berries or pearl barley, those are things that we're now doing right here locally and are available to you. Can't wait to share it with you.
Back to the show in just a second, you guys. But before we do that, we're going to talk about bread, and specifically Aspen Baking Company. I don't know if you're a meat person or a cheese person. Some people like to exercise. Everybody has a thing. My thing is bread, but not just any bread. AspenBaking.com bread. Order direct. You want to go Amazon Fresh? You're that person, Amazon Fresh, AspenBaking.com. Whether it's bear claws, lobster rolls, pound cakes, coffee cakes, the works. I'm a sourdough guy, the best sourdough bread on planet Earth. I'm telling you, if you want bread and you want it done the right way, without preservatives, without the fake coloring, without freezing, it's AspenBaking.com.
Holidays are coming up. You want that delicious bread in your restaurant. Get a hold of Aspen Baking. You don't need to do that in your kitchen. Outsource that to the professionals. It's local, it's delicious ingredients, and it's straightforward. It can go right to your door fresh that day. So take that in. Keep that in mind, chefs. Okay, booze in the news. All the booze news you can use, and why not? It's Bear Creek Distillery, and we love this. Megan Heenan, how are you?
Oh, good. Thank you for having us.
And Jay Johnson.
Hey, bud.
What's happening, Chef? You're going to hang out with us during this?
Hanging out.
Cool. When you talking to the microphone, and all's well in the world. Okay, cocktail time, right?
Cocktail time, yeah.
First of all, Jay, where are you located?
We are at 1879 South Tacoma Street, surrounded by condos as far as the eye could see.
Tasting room open?
Tasting room is open 2 to 9, Thursday through Saturday. And then on Sundays, we're open from 2 to 6. We're doing outdoor seating, weather permitting.
Nice.
So we have 3 tents outside with some tables out there. You need to make a reservation, so you need to email this lady. It's Megan@BearCreekDistillery.com.
Fantastic. Okay, Megan, this is your natural environment.
It is.
This is what you do, and you do it well. Okay, cocktails coming up. You got a seasonal cocktail on deck.
Yes.
I'm an old-fashioned guy.
Okay, perfect. So we have a seasonal twist on an old-fashioned. We are going to do a gingerbread old-fashioned.
Wait, did I just hear you say gingerbread old-fashioned? Okay,
I know.
let's see how this goes down.
Sounds crazy, but it's going to work. So this is going to be fairly similar to a regular old-fashioned, but we made a gingerbread simple syrup. So what we did was we basically took most of your ingredients that are going to be in a gingerbread cookie, molasses, ginger, cinnamon, cloves, all those good things, and we made it into a simple syrup. So we're going to start by making pretty much an old-fashioned. So we're going to take a Luxardo cherry, which don't get your...
What time is it? Can I get going on these old-fashions right
yeah.
now? Woo! It's almost 3 o'clock, Chef.
Yeah, that's right. So make sure you use the good ingredients. So we use a Luxardo cherry. We're going to use half a orange wheel.
Now, you're a muddler.
I'm a muddler.
Okay, I've
know.
seen it just changing up
I'm
so
a-
much.
I'm
You're a
very
muddler.
strong
Okay,
muddler.
can you, while you're doing this, can you give me a why? I like it. I'm not mad at you.
I want all those flavors. I want the flavor of the orange, the cherry. I want that to be part of my drink instead of just like a hint of it.
Right,
So
I'm with you.
we've got our orange cherry. We're going to use some aromatic bitters. Good amount of those. And just a splash of water just to kind of break things up, not to dilute anything, but to just kind of get things moving. So we're going to take this and smash all this good stuff up. Do.
Smash it.
Great, smashing. So we've got that. Always scrape off the bottom of your muddler because sometimes stuff sticks to it, and then what good does it do? So we're going to do half an ounce of our gingerbread simple syrup. So it's really nice and molassesy and delicious. Then the most important part, 2 ounces of straight bourbon. I know, good
Look at
amount.
that pour. Yes, please.
Fancy, you know? Add that right in. Get some ice.
Now, keep in mind, and Jay, you might want to talk about this, but you have such artisan ingredients because you have to.
Right.
And you guys are doing everything from scratch, and you can't bring any outside booze in.
You're speaking truth, sir. It's any flavor component that we're trying to replicate, this lady recreates it for us. So we make the majority of our simple syrups, or all of our simple syrups,
All of
in-house. We do use some mixers, but typically that would just be your sodas and things like that we use, that we don't create ourselves.
Yeah, we were just talking about that right before, how similar, being in a kitchen and being behind a bar is, cooking and all
Absolutely.
those ingredients and making all those masterpiece recipes and just diving in like that.
Well, and it just like being a chef, that allows you the freedom to put your personal accents on a dish that everyone might make, but you make it a different way. So this is the expression of the way we do an old fashioned.
All right, this is the moment. I would be but chef, please. Thanks for coming in.
Should I try?
Try it out.
You're the one.
Let me know.
Let's see the flavor profile of gingerbread. Oh, yes.
Is that what you want?
So good.
Yeah.
Seasonal. Not only the orange, but that molasses, that clove, the cinnamon, that ginger spice,
kind of
comes
warms
through.
you.
It's so warming. So warming.
And chef, here it is, and she's making great cocktails for us. But the similarities between chef and a great bartender, you're looking at profiles of flavors and those types of things. It really transcends throughout.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The just working with different ingredients when we're behind the bar, behind the kitchen line, and all that muscle memory that goes into it to be able to make all these amazing cocktails and these amazing dishes for these people in a timely manner. It's incredible, and it's just so fun to work as a team behind the bar, behind the kitchen, just to produce all of these amazing products for our guests. And that's why it's so important to have our restaurants open during this time, so that people have a place that they can call home and feel like a family and watch the bartenders, watch the cooks behind the line, and really feel that sense of spirit of the restaurant.
It's healing. It really is. You take it all in.
I did want to add one thing. I'm sorry that I skipped over before. Even if the weather's not permitting, we're still open for to-go cocktails. So
take them up on it, really.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Bear Creek cocktails, bar none, and you're seeing why. That's yours. Take it away, chef.
I'll be going over to the distillery, to the tasting room after this, and getting a to-go cocktail.
Heck yeah.
I'll call the Uber. We'll go with you.
You all join me, okay?
Absolutely.
You all join me.
Okay, what's next?
The next one we are really excited about because it is using our brand new, just released 100% corn vodka. Jay, do you want to talk about
Sure.
the corn
So we're just we gave the people what they wanted. We kept hearing we wished Colorado had a choice that would be similar to a Tito's, if you will. This is
the people's vodka right here.
Vodka for the people. It's distilled here. It's grown here. It was born here. Colorado owned.
That'd be like a Volks vodka.
One more time.
A Volks beer is the beer for the people. That's where that came. I learned that just the other day with Wibby Brewing Company.
There you go.
But the Volks vodka right here.
So this is something people ask for. All of our spirits are gluten-free. We don't add any post-adjunct additives that would cause any gluten. So, and the American Celiac Society came out saying that as long as there's no additives at the end of, or post-distillation, everything is gluten-free. But people really want that designation, and this truly is a gluten-free.
Is that
product.
on there?
Right on the front.
Oh man, fantastic! Congratulations.
Thank you.
That can't be a very easy thing to get done.
Well, it's
the celiacs, and that's a very small portion of people, because it's like point something. So they're very serious about it.
They are. They take it very seriously.
So it's not just a gluten-free lifestyle. That is just a not gluten-free. Sorry, let's go, man.
No.
All right, what do we got going on here?
So this is a cocktail that we are calling Mull It Over because it has a mulling spice simple syrup in it. So mulling spices have all of those great fall and winter flavors. Again, your clove, allspice, mace, cardamom seeds, all those really good things. So we've made that into a simple syrup, combined that with some fresh orange juice. I always say use fresh juice, just like cherries, you got to have good ingredients. So fresh orange juice and our corn vodka. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a whole orange zest into our shaker before we shake it. This is kind of a cool thing. When you're working with vodka cocktails, sometimes they can go a little sweet on you. Adding a whole zest before you shake it gives it a nice balance. You get some bitterness from the pith and the oils and the orange. So really kind of a cool little trick to change the profile of your cocktail. So,
I love that. I'm gonna go home and use that.
Yeah.
You're into that.
So we're just gonna give this a good shake.
And mold spice is one of my favorite things about fall and winter. I grew up in Iowa, and mulled wine, mulled hot apple cider, and whiskey those kind of cocktails are just so reminiscent of when I grew up.
Just a public service announcement. It's not a safe endeavor to drink with someone from the Midwest. They will kill you.
That's right.
That's what they do as sport in the wintertime?
That is accurate, yeah. Nothing but Jaeger and wrestling. Yeah.
Oh, Jaeger and fried fish on Fridays.
Yes, right.
Now, do you garnish that with zest?
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're going to top it off with a little bit of soda water, lighten it up, gives it some good effervescence. We're going to do another big orange zest.
Wow. Now this...
Give that a twist.
That's a Bronco Sunday cocktail right there.
Well, I did drink about 35 of these.
Oh, you totally could. And then we're just going to do a little extra cinnamon right on top. And that is our new cocktail called Mull It Over. I forgot straws, but...
May I?
Yes,
I would
of
love
course.
to.
Slow clap.
Do you have a mullet, Greg, when you were younger?
Did I have a mullet?
Yeah.
Well, I had a rat tail.
That is.
Yeah, does
that
that
is
count?
sweet.
You remember the rat tail?
I
It
do.
was pretty cool, and I have the flock of seagull thing going up top there with the rat tail. But you grew the rat tail out pretty long, you know. Look when the ladies braided it. I mean, that's just
I've
how that
heard
works.
those things.
Cheers. Cheers to Bear Creek.
Thank you for having us.
Oh my goodness. What a great segment. Booze in the News. We're going to put this up online, and you can learn how to make these cocktails at home if you don't mind.
Yeah, we'll give you
You
a
can check out our
recipe.
YouTube channel, too.
You got a YouTube channel?
Megan makes cocktails on the YouTube.
Oh, well, I have to do that. I'll binge watch that. Just Bear Creek on YouTube?
Yeah.
I think so.
Bear Creek Distillery
I don't
on YouTube.
actually know. I don't
Chef,
ever
you wanna
watch
cheers
them.
me?
Cheers, yeah, absolutely.
Cheers to Megan.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers to Bear Creek.
Thank you.
Killing it.
Thank you, sir.
Good stuff.
you.
Love Bear Creek, just as classy as it gets. Bear Creek Distillery, and give the address again.
1879 South Tacoma Street.
That's all you got. All right, we're going to break off. You're going to hear from our sponsors right now. We'll come back. We'll tell you what's on the next show. And then I got a little secret for you. We'll tell it when we come back.
Hey, you guys, Jay here with the Modern Eater Show. Thanks for watching. Don't forget about our YouTube and Instagram channels. A lot of killer content over there. Throw us a subscribe on YouTube. Throw us a follow on Instagram. And thank you for supporting TME. We couldn't do this without our amazing sponsors, so let's check them out right now.
Come on. You know, we got that great facility over in Park Hill that we want people to come over, try things out. Yeah, and it's been wonderful. And so there's a lot of times where people will come to us. Justin Brunson, a great example. I was over at River Bear yesterday, and I said to him, just give me your dream.
Yeah.
You know, tell my organization what it is you want your dream to be and how you want to get there, and then we'll figure out how to get you there. Okay? Because there really isn't anything that can't be done realistically. You know, you talk about Canberra, we talk about all the Middleby brands, whether it's, Pitco, Blodgett, Turbo Chef, these are best in class brands. Glass Tender, we were just talking about earlier, Wonder Bar, Steel Light, Dexter, American Metalcraft, you just go on down the line. We have best in class brands. And because of that, we're able to really answer anybody's need. And that's why I always tell everybody, tell me what your dream is.
Okay, welcome back to Studio Kitchen Colorado as we're wrapping things up. What a show, you guys. Fantastic, everybody here. I'm embarrassed.
Best show ever.
Best show ever? It's a good one. And we'll have all of these things for you broken out in segments. I call them just your bathroom segment. You get about 8 minutes in the bathroom. You sit down, they're broken out for you. And you have your bathroom segments every day. TME News Update, I thought that was fantastic. Have to thank Sonia Riggs from the Colorado Restaurant Association and Devany McNeill. They have such a great team there, and they're doing great work.
Yes, they are. Tremendous
work. So you can get your news updates every single day. Also on iTunes and SoundCloud, go ahead and grab the audio version of that if you want to.
Absolutely.
If you want to get out of the bathroom and go run somewhere or run to another bathroom.
Or run to the bathroom.
Run to the bathroom. You can get the audio there. Nachos. Wow. Friday. National Nachos Day.
Absolutely.
This is going to be ready for you. Don't watch this segment in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Watch this segment in the kitchen while you're making nachos. Chef.
Yeah, and then you're going to have to go to the bathroom afterwards.
That's right.
Yeah.
We have a theme here. But the nachos you made today, what killer ideas. Just fantastic.
Make them at home or come out to our restaurants and enjoy it, or come get them to go. You have so many options.
You have a lot of options.
So many options.
But at the end of the day, you have nachos.
Yeah, and use local ingredients, fresh ingredients, like Bracolitas tortillas.
There we go.
Rich, I'm not forgetting you over there. Yeah, always repping Rich. And while you're eating these nachos, grab out cocktails to go from Bear Creek.
Might as well.
My God.
You've got the trifecta right there. And actually, Reavers, you could make that round there.
We're right near Reavers and Spanky's.
And Spanky's, yeah. You go over to Spanky's, you go over to Reavers, and you just swing over to Bear Creek by Acoma. That's
okay. Now you planned out my Friday night. That's what I'm doing.
Well, let's all go. It's a date.
It's a date. All right, fantastic.
And we'll go to the bathroom.
And then booze in the news. What a great segment today, Megan. It was great having you here with Jay. And I said I had to tell because I was jealous. I said, listen, I want an old-fashioned.
I know, I'm finishing it up.
If I get
Here
the
we go.
chance to get an old-fashioned, I have to take it.
Heck yeah.
And
I
it's
got
good
you.
that you'll be going right
I
after
got
because I
you.
asked you for another.
I got
and
you.
I asked you for another. And it getting old-fashioned.
I've experienced this.
It's a little weakness of mine. Great show. And coming up on Friday, everybody, pizza that you grew up with. What was the pizzeria you grew up with? You were ordering pizza from?
Dino's.
You know it. Everybody knows it. Chef, what was yours?
Casey's in Iowa. If anybody's from Iowa, which there are a lot of us in Colorado,
Casey's?
they know Casey's gas station. And it is the best pizza, especially their breakfast pizza. People drive to the other state just to get Casey's breakfast
pizza. You grew up with, Jay?
Every birthday at the organ grinder.
Oh,
on Alameda.
Nice.
Jay Parker, your pizza you grew up with?
Mountain Mike's.
Mountain Mike's.
Yeah.
Okay, mine was Angelo's on 6th Avenue.
Nice.
Angelo's Pizza. I knew the family. Great family. That's been a tradition forever, but a great group took over that restaurant. I just think of it as last year, but it's been like 6 or 7 years.
They've been there a while.
And just really reviving it, but keeping the pizza I grew up with. Friday, in-house, Scott Hibben.
Oh, my
Chef Scott Hibben
Chef
is going to
Scott.
come in from Angelo's, put together the everything on it pizza that I grew up with, and he'll do that. It's not easy making an everything pizza because your dough might be a little soggy in the
Moistures.
middle. It's got to be perfect. So we'll be making pizzas on Friday.
And Scott's awesome.
He is awesome.
Oh.
So look forward to that on Friday. And again, continue on tomorrow. We'll have out some great segments for you. And then next week, we'll be on the road a couple of times. So thank you for tuning into today's show. Jay Parker can't do it without you. Your nacho story, right?
Yeah.
What's your nacho
It's
story?
40 minutes long.
It's not too long. It's good. Make
Can you
us all
bring
laugh.
it, can you bring it down to 39?
I'll try. Just inside of a nutshell, it was a gentleman. Let me.
You worked at
my camera's
at
dead.
a sports bar.
I worked at a sports bar, and a gentleman came in and sat at my bar, and he ordered nachos, and it started out with questions that are typical, which are, or at least in my mind, it's acceptable, which is, do you use cheese sauce or do you use fresh cheese? Right, question? No,
Acceptable.
Acceptable question. Next question was, is there jalapenos? Yes. Are they fresh or they canned? Also acceptable. As it progressed, like the third, fourth, fifth question, and into the 800 questions, it turned into, how much do they put enough cheese on each chip of the nacho?
You must have been slow that day because nobody would ask you that many questions.
Oh
about
man,
nachos,
of
right?
course. Well, sure they would, man. Have you seen the world outside, man?
You worked in the restaurant industry.
Yeah, exactly right. And it's literally 40 minutes. But it turned.
Did he order nachos?
It turned into. I can't remember, to be honest with
I was
you.
going to say.
I can't even remember. I think he did because I planned on stabbing him if he said he didn't like them. So maybe he did order them. I mean, that part I can't. It turned into, well, how hot are the jalapenos, right? It's like, so my answer is always medium, right? Because chef knows it's jalapenos. Sometimes you get a zinger, sometimes you, and I'll say that to the people. Hey, listen, it's a jalapeno. First of all, if you have to ask how hot a fresh jalapeno is, it's like, I don't know where you are mentally, because if you're above the age of 1, you should know what a jalapeno is. So I say, well, listen, it's a jalapeno, so it's medium heat. But it is a jalapeno, so every now and again you get a little zinger in there, And he's like, well, am I going to be too hot? And it's like,
I don't know.
What does
What's
that
hot to
mean?
you?
Then it's like, am I going to get full if I eat them? I don't know that either, man. I don't know how hungry you are or what your practice is.
Yeah.
And then it turned into, and I told Chef this too, it turned into, I was really, really close to leaning in and saying, is there a problem with you right now? Like, what is the problem? I had people behind me going like, can I get a cheap draft beer? It's like, well, no, I can't because I'm talking to this guy about nachos for 45 minutes.
Absolutely. You could have had an easy answer, but we met him today. You could have said, just go to one of the Vibe concepts and you'd get delicious.
Oh, yeah,
nachos
yeah.
every single time.
Yeah, that's right. They want that guy.
That's what you could do. Hey, thanks for tuning in today. We really appreciate it. Everybody involved, this family, keep it together. Keep your minds to you. Stay positive. Keep it up. All things will pass. And so will this. Let's stay together. The